Hello friends, welcome you in this video tutorial. In this video tutorial, we are going to talk about the access modifiers in Java. So access modifier, basically when you talk about the access level modifiers are basically used to access the visibility of the class or the members of the class like fields, methods and constructor. Right, these modifiers will determine whether other classes can use a particular field, invoke a particular method or create object of any given class or not. Right, so in Java basically you have a four types of basically access modifier. First you have a private modifier specifies that the member can only be accessed in its own class. Right, so if you mark a class member as private, then that member will be accessible within the class only. Now second access modifier, we have a default, that is also sometimes referred as package level modifier or package modifier. If no access modifier is used, let's say if you have a class member doesn't specify explicitly any access modifier, then that is considered as a default modifier, which is also known as a default access. Right, so that member is visible only within its own package. Right, when I say within its own package means within the same package that can be accessed in the different classes or different subclasses within the same package as well. Now third access modifier, we have a protected modifier specifies the member can only be accessed within its own package and by a subclass of its class in the another package. Right, so accessibility of protected member within the same package and subclass of that class in the different package as well. Now last access modifier is the public. Right, so public modifier specifies that member is visible to all classes from everywhere. Right, and that's the basically public access modifier that can be accessible from anywhere in any package. Now where we can apply the access modifier? So access modifiers can be used with class, fields, methods and constructors. So let's see one by one what are the access modifier we can apply on this basically component. Now when we talk about the access modifier with Java classes, in Java programming language at the class level only two of the modifiers can be used, either public or default. Here I am not considering the inner classes. So if you create a class in Java, right, then either you can have a default or public access modifier. Means public access modifier explicitly you can write. If you do not write any access modifier, then that is considered as a default or package modifier. If a class is declared with the public, then that class is visible to all the classes from everywhere. Right, if a class has no modifier or default modifier, it is visible only within its own package. Now when we talk about the access modifier with fields, all the four types of access modifier in Java like you have a public, protected, default and private can be used with variables declared in the class. If a field is declared as public, then it is visible to all the classes in the same package or the other package. Here one thing you will have to keep in mind, if you declare a variable as public, then of course that is accessible from the same package and other packages as well, but if your class is public, then this is true. Right, so if your class accessibility is not possible, then even though your member is public, that cannot be accessed. If a field is declared with no access modifier or default access modifier, then it can be accessed by any class in the same package. Right, now fourth point you will have to keep in mind, if a field is defined as protected, then it is accessible to any class in the same package or to the any subclass in the different package, and that's the basically protected access modifier. And fourth, if your field is defined as private, then the field can only be accessed in its own class only. Now when we talk about the access modifier with methods, all the 4 types of access modifier like public, protected, default and private can be used with methods of the class, and access modifier for the methods work with the as a same way as for the fields what we have discussed. Now access modifier with constructor, right? So all 4 types of access modifier in Java like public, protected, default and private can be used with constructors of the class. Now in case constructor of the class is private, then object of that class can be created by that class only. You might not, yes, you might have seen that in the singleton design pattern, right? So if you create a class, singleton class using singleton design pattern, then of course you need to make your constructor as private so that you can restrict object creation outside of the class, and you create a one static method, right? A public static method that provides you the global access point, and that's the way we create a singleton class. Now if no modifier used, right, with constructor, then the object of the class can be created by the classes within the same package. Now if in case constructor is marked as protected, then subclasses in different package can access the protected constructor as well, right? So if you marked a constructor as protected, then of course within the same package, right, within the same package from any class you can create object of that class or different packages. If you have a subclasses in different packages, from there also you can create instance of that class, right? If a constructor of the class is public, then its object can be created from anywhere, class residing in the same package or in the different package. Now this is the basically everything I have mentioned in the tabular format, and it's easy to keep in mind. Now here you can see first column is saying that same class, same package subclass, same package another class, different package subclass and different package another class. Now if your class member is private, then that is only accessible within the same class, and rest of the things is not possible. Now your class member is using no modifier, then that is accessible from the same class, right, same package from the subclass and same package from another class, but that is not possible to access from the different package subclass and different package another class. Now your class member is protected, then that is accessible from the same class, that is also possible to access from the same package in the subclass, same package from another class and different package from subclass, but that is not possible to access from the different package another class. But your class and class member is public, that is accessible from anywhere, and that's the thing you can say this entire column is saying that yes. So that's all I wanted to cover in this video tutorial. This was fully theoretical, but this is the pretty straightforward. You can create a project in the Eclipse and you can try it out, whatever we have studied in these slides in this video. So guys, if you really like this video, then please hit on the like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe my YouTube channel. Guys, big thank you for watching this video, and see you next video tutorial.